Hello, Bluetooth. It's the one and only Icebound Glaceon, and yeah, I know I said I'd do survival, but yeah, this is a creative world. Don't mind these things. I can actually delete that. That's got glitch welding in it. This I can delete one day. I don't know. This I will actually probably build in my survival series. So yeah, that's a thing. No glitch welding or anything, just a small flyer. That's all. And still stable. Well, stable enough. You'll eventually have to throw it on a lift, but meh. Wanted to keep it as cheap as possible, so only 2 suspension glitches. Okay, so I said I'd be building a monorail. A suspended monorail. Also, don't mind the flashing, that's me just checking the stream chat. Okay, so since we're going to be building a monorail, actually I want to check, did the stuff they said they were going to add, did they actually add it or not yet? Oh, it doesn't even let you. Cool. I just wanted to check to see if they added the cotton seeds. Yeah. Oh well. I'll check that another time. Hey, welcome, the best. Okay, so one of the things that we're gonna do, a long time ago, I built a line follower train. So, I want to build a line follower train, essentially. But this one's gonna be like, oh god, probably as small as I can make it, because I'm all about making stuff compact now. Again, sorry for the flashing, that's just me checking stream chat. So, wait, what the heck? Block not found, interesting. So to build this line follower, there's an easy way and a not easy way. We're obviously going to have to use controllers. Well, there's multiple ways we can do this. I could either A, make a line follower, right? Or B, I can, So I either make a line follower or I make a, huh. Or I make a rail system. I'm thinking rail system would be substantially easier, but I don't know. Rail system is kind of, Then again, we do have proper round blocks now, which is really nice. I don't know. Because, like, one of the ways I could do it, and this is a very, very simplistic way, would be, well, do I even want to bother putting, no, I don't even need the guard underneath it, just on the top. So if I'm going to do a suspended one that has a rail system, right? Obviously, we would have to have the pivots at the bottom and a little guide along the sides. With this one, we would not need. Let's see. Okay. So we'll obviously put a piston there. And then this one will have. Okay. Try something like that. That might be a little bit too large. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, this is already too tight, but I'm gonna change that. Hmm. Hey, Poison Dark, welcome. Hmm. Okay. So I could do it pretty much like an upside down train system and just have one of these connecting to another one of these that's around there. And obviously, since I'm a lazy ass, bleh, and delete that and just name this like, I don't know, fucking. Right. I would just weld that to there. And this would be our very, very basic. You just had to flip, didn't you? Don't even know how it flipped, but it flipped. Well, I must have booped it. And things obviously do not like being booped. Go figure. There you go. And then something like this, right? So we actually might have to have these pivot around here. Then again, it should be fine. If anything, I might just make these a little bit more compact. Instead of all the way there. Again, I'm literally making an upside down train system. If it works, it works, right? You don't have to ever change it. I have a song stuck in my head, and I've been listening to it all day at work. So this is only, what, about 6 bearings per side, so 12 bearings so far. And we have to try to keep the number of bearings per cart to a minimum. So, because we have to try to keep it below 60. This isn't hentai battle royale, wow. A rail using vacuum pumps? Lol. Yeah, so if we take something like this, right? And we just take that. Just plop it right on top. Right? So this should have no issues at all, right? And then all we would have to do is take a piston, right? And have it, I assume that's in the center. That is not, that's annoying. Yeah, it's an even number. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I can always change it later. Do I just like I could just do something like this. Just temporarily, of course. Right? Just so I can push that through. Because I'm too lazy to take it off a lift and put it back again. So we'll go max speed, distance of 2. Really? Interesting. I figured that would actually push it through. Okay, then we'll try a different block then. We'll try... Well, if I do this, then I won't be able to place anything on the end right away, but well, whatever. Really? Well, looks like I am... just gonna take it off the lift. Shorten it by one block. You were promised hentai battle royale. Oof. I don't know, Sleep Hour. You're kind of one of a kind there. Is that even the center? I assume that's the center. 3 and 3. Okay. Like, do I even want to? Do I even want to use glitch welding to go through, or do I just like go around? Because like going around is just as easy. It's like all I'd have to do is, when I place it down, literally just put that. There you go. So yeah, going around wouldn't be that big of an issue. So like I could literally just like. Oh. Oh. Lol. Yeah, let's just delete the wheel. Doy. Ah, boy. Doesn't look like I'm getting any better this game, though. And now there's a facing in opposite directions, whatever. Actually, I might, extend it to about there. Yeah. Yeah. And then, I don't know. Obviously, well, okay. I was gonna say, first I should probably do this part here. This part doesn't need to be filled, so I can just leave that empty for now. And then we'll go, like, I don't know, 2 blocks. But if we want to... Okay, yeah. Let me just build it first, and then, how many did I go out? 3 from the end. Twink. Oh yeah, you can always join me. There's no reason you can't join me, right? So, you can always join. The only time I'd say you can't join is when my profile is set to invis, which means I'm intentionally trying to not have people join me. But yeah, it's not very often in which I do that. But yeah, so I could do multiple trains with this. I don't even have to do just one. I just wanted to do something like this just for an example. Also, this is like ugly as fuck. Ooh. I also wonder who's spamming my phone right now. Okay, can I really not jump that? There we go. There we go. Let me extend it by 3 blocks on the end. Ah, boy. Okay. Oh, I am? Didn't even notice. Online. There we go. Yeah, no, I honestly didn't even notice. Let's see, if I go up to like... Yeah, I go up to like there. Oh. Oh, what the f... Why? Shift button, why? Can you fucking not? It's been doing that quite a bit lately. Ew. Oh, that's kind of a bad spot for that, apparently. Well, no, not really. Because all I'd have to do is do that instead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 3, 4, we'll go 9. 5. Wait, did I not? Oh. Mm-hmm. So even something simple like this, where we can just add a single bearing for a door. Huh, it's actually kind of coming together now. Interesting. Okay, so we're obviously going to have to raise this a little bit here. Mm-hmm. I don't know how high I want it off the ground, but yeah. Oops. I just delete the wrong one. Yeah, let's see if we can actually just... It really doesn't want us to put that in there. Okay. Well, I know a way around that because I am cheeky. Wink. There. So... the height is actually kind of nice. Yeah, that's not even too many bearings either. Again, as I said, we can link a few of these together. Ooh, what you doing? I guess I could watch. Wait. Oops. Apparently my mic's having issues. I gotta replace the cable in my microphone again. I have a backup one, but I had to buy 3 because I don't know what's wrong with this headset, but okay. It's just my supervisor saying, yeah, so if you want a different job, Amazon's hiring 600 positions right now. I'm like, oh, okay. And obviously this is a tram. Tram? No. Suspended train? Probably. And we will have to test this thing around corners too. So. But this already should be stable enough. Hopefully. So I guess just set up a controller. Because the weight underneath should make it stable enough as is. So like even if I place a bunch of wood on the side, it should be fine. Oh, okay. A missile launcher? Interesting. Actually, let's just try, just for shits and giggles, let's try gas. Well, no, I want it to be compact. So let's do a controller. Blue, red. Oh. So I see the problem. It's a it's a problem that's not too hard to fix. It's a simple problem. It's just I knew it was going to be an issue. I just didn't bother with it. Okay, and then we do this side too. Are you hammering the side of it while I'm trying to place things? Goof. You know, I'm trying to place down a thing and you're just whacking it with a goddamn hammer. That should fix it. Just let it reset its position first. Wait, is that not... How? Oh, doy. Let me just turn those off. It's because I have those bracer pieces just to make sure it's at the right height. Now it should move. Hey, there we go. Yeah, it's slow. What? It's stable? Oh, you're just crouching on it. Okay. You want what to do what, sorry? What, you want a missile launcher to be that big? I'm just confused what this logic even is. Oh, I see. See, except for this. You can't do this in survival. Hoo 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 hoo. But this should be yeah, no mirror. Well, no, there is. You can now do mods in survival by doing some trickery. I believe John Bain has a modded survival series right now. I don't know what mods he has, but I do know mods is a thing. So if I do this at like 30 degrees, I know that's a little intense. Oh, I should also do it this way instead. Yeah, a little bit smoother of a corner there. So I'm just curious. Even with like a 30-degree angle, again, a little intense, but I am very curious. I wonder if that even works. And I am gonna go even further out, and I am going to. It is sagging more than I'd expect it to. Okay, now is that? I assume that's about right. Oh, and now let's magically get in the tram. I can tighten this a little bit if I wanted to, and it wouldn't really be any more complex. So that's not an issue. I'm just curious if we can make the corner. Okay, so that's first problem. Okay, second problem. Okay, it's still colliding with the. So it doesn't have quite enough. Hey, I made it around the corner. Oh, but it is. Huh. So what is it colliding with now? Looks like it's still the corner. Is it colliding with that a little bit too? Ah, yes it is. And obviously we have to worry about the back end now. Yeah. But it can take some pretty intense angles. Surprisingly. Like, I was not actually expecting it to be able to. Wow, it's currently trying. I don't know what it's actually colliding on right now, though. How far did I do? Interesting. So I did one block in and one block in, but yet it needs more. Huh. Which is actually a problem. Huh. Because if I go that far in, then it's going to collide with the windows. Well, that's fine. Literally all I'd have to do is bring in those by one. And boom, bada bang, problem solved. It's just a shame that I have to shave off that much. Then the next thing I would have to test is up and down hills. But it is kind of a shame that we do have to shave off that much, though. Because now it looks kind of weird. just kind of. It almost makes me want to just take off the nose on the front. And by kind of, I mean I am. Just gonna completely just neuter the front. Because to me that looks better. Just to have this like growth on the front. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, no, it does not like this collision-wise. Oh well. I can make do with that for a tram. So that works for 30-degree angles, which is kind of nice. Still bouncing though. Oh well. There's ways around it, so I'm not too bothered. Hmm. So the next other thing to do would be, well, that means we would have to require pistons, which means the majority of this would not be welded to the ground. Well, no, that's fine. Just means I need to have more pillars that are actually welded to the ground. Like if you're wondering how I'd actually put this in the world, all I'd have to do is to have a little section like this, right? And then get rid of that. Take that, connect it to both of those, and just do that. And then probably extend it to like 5. There you go. And then you could just have this continue on. Right? And we would just have checkpoints like that. And as for the one that's actually welded to the ground, we'll probably go from above, to be honest. Probably just use a large suspension from above, pulling down on it. So for this one, let's just take this off. Doesn't really matter. I gotta say, I look at the amount of materials used a lot more often now that I've done survival. Alright, so for this, I'm gonna take that off. That bounces. Cool. Okay, so first things first. All we do, lower this first. And then we do our suspension piece. Having fun over there? Wait, can I just... Huh. Yeah, just something like that. And then we just bring it down to the same point. Right? And then the part that we actually weld to the ground is this part right here. So all we do is we take that, and we weld that. And since we want both those weld points, we'll just do both. So I'll just do that. Doink. Huh. It really doesn't like that. Okay, then I'll go the one higher then. Doesn't really matter to me. Well, it makes me wonder if these ones are too short now. So maybe just, or too tall, sorry. So let's see how well that welds. But yeah, this should also be able to go up hills and stuff too. But yeah, something simple like that. So then all you do is you'd have this go straight on by. Now obviously this doesn't have to be in a flat world. You can go up and down, and the way you do that would be kind of like how you went right and left, except for you gotta do, you know, we have signs in the game, so we have the small ones. So we should be able to use these. And if not, then whatever. Actually, to go up and down and having it one wide, I don't even think without glitch welding that I can do that with signs. Because I can do it with screws. I know I can do it with screws. But the question is, do I want to do it with screws? That is the question. So let me just look at the mechanism in here. Ethan, it's going well. How are you doing? Apparently I can't jump though. Just, I'll spend too much time in VR chat and in Crossout and you completely forget how to play Scrap Mechanic. Yeah, it should be fine with the design I'm thinking of. I can do glitch welding. Very, very basic glitch welding. So all you have to do for this kind of glitch welding, right? And yes, I'm already resorting to glitch welding. Because I'm weird. But yeah, all I'm going to have to do is make sure that I can place a screw upside down so I can put a piston on it. So I'm just going to do that. Cool. Place the piston. And then I'm just going to take the sign. I'm going to take a bearing. Right. Or not. Okay. Wait, it doesn't actually let you put that on a lift. The heck? You can't put it on a lift. The heck? What? And it self-stabilizes too. The fuck? Huh. That's kind of annoying actually, because I need it to be on a lift. Well, I have my ways. I'll just do it this way. That is annoying though, because I need to be able to place. Because I could do it in from the other side, but I don't want to do it in from the other side. Or can I not? Oh, you can. Yeah, you still can. Okay, good. Okay, so if I put that there, I can't put it on a lift. That's so dumb. Can I even do the glitch weld without it being on a... I can. You know what? I'm going to make this a little easier on myself. I'm actually going to get rid of... I'll do it systematically. Which means this is a process just to make a joint. which means there's probably a better way. But I ain't gonna do it the other way. I'm gonna doing the glitch welding method because the glitch welding is fun. Alright, so first thing we're gonna have to do is, well, we're gonna do this the easy way. So I'm just gonna literally just take a sign and rotate it into there. Or I can just do it this way, obviously. I wonder if I can still place a sign on the other side of that. Huh. Because ideally I want the bearing to be in there. Right? But I do want to change that block. Which means I first have to weld a sign to the end of that. Which is kind of hard because, well, if I delete that block or replace it, it gets rid of the piston. You're just kind of bored, lol. And hey, bees. Oh yeah, the Beat Saber grind. How's your arms doing then? If you're doing a lot of Beat Saber. Actually, I should be able to do this the way I want to. Oh no. Wait, did I not? And I should be able to weld that to there. Cool. And now, right, that I've done it that way, now I can put this on the lift. There we go. Much better. And now I can work with this. Oh, that's... There we go. But now I should be able to just throw this on a lift. By just working off of this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bearing. Place it in there, hopefully. It won't let me? Question mark? It should let me place a bearing in there. Oh, is this sign... The sign's actually in the way now. Well, that's dumb. That is very dumb. That's okay. Once I make one of these, making more of them is going to be a lot easier. It's just making the first one. It's a pain in the fucking arse. Oh boy. Which means what I'm going to have to do, which is dumb, is, let's see. Yeah, okay. So I can place this there, right? Which is fine because then I can weld that into there. Which means the bottom part will be up against this piece right here, which is good. That's what we want. But another thing we want to do is we want to place in the bearing. Oh my god, I can't place in the bearing because I need to change that block already. I don't think I could... I could do it with blueprint editing. I don't think I could do it without blueprint editing. Really? Well, that's not too bad. Fuck, how to do it without blueprint editing, though? Do I even want to do... You know what? I'll try a different way. It's obviously is not going to work this way, so let me just... do it that way. I Like, I'd rather do it the other way. But if this way works, then I'm not going to have to worry about it too much. But, like, if I can place this block there, I cannot. Okay. So there is another way I can place that there. And it's literally as simple as me going like that. And like that. And then taking this and going like that. And then going like... Right? And now I should be able to weld that to there. So this now works. Yeah. Can I not shift tab, please? Oh my lord. But yeah, so these should be, yeah, on a pivot now. So now the only downside with the way I have it right now is that, oh god. Even if I have one side welded on one platform and the other one going up to the other, this will not, at this angle, this will not work. Because the main point in having this pivot here, right, is to make it so the actual rail is on the top here. Which means I actually should have put the pivot in the center. Which I did not do. Hey, Bordy, welcome. Wait. Yeah, no, you told me you got virtual desktop. So at least, you know, now that we know how to do that, it's a lot simpler to make one. So all you do is, oh my god, this is actually really simple now. You can just place down a screw and it should self-right itself. Then you place down your piston, place down your screw, place your bearing, and then your sign. Remember, this is the exact same method as it would be in survival. Because this isn't using any shady glitches. Well, it's technically using shady glitches, but shh. Alright, and then you take a controller, you put that to 90 degrees, and then you place the that on there. And then you put that back, and then you just weld it to the screw. I can delete that, and you are now done. As I said, making one is a lot easier than making more than one. Because now if we look at this, right, and we want to rotate them apart from each other, see? Now they're rotated. Which means I can now take... I kind of want to separate them a little bit more. I kind of want to separate them just a tad more. So what this is for... Actually, here, let me increase the... Well, 15 degrees may not seem like a lot, but that's a lot. Okay, so... I wonder, is there a block that is not so tall? Actually, there is. There is. I can use these. I can place in that and that as a connecting piece. Just temporarily, of course. And if I'm worried about the width as an issue, then I can always just use this one, right? Because it's just the bottom I'm worried about here. Oh. There we go. Cool. And I should be able to just place the controller down here and remove this controller. Put that on there and set that to 15 degrees. Cool. And now we should be able to weld this onto there. And now we can go up. Yeah, all of that just so we can go up. I just wanted it to be one wide. Because underneath I have more than enough room, right? but the top part has to be completely one wide. That is colliding in a way I wasn't expecting it to collide. I missed. Set face. Oh! Shadows. Why have you forsaken me? Huh. Let's try increasing this to 20 degrees? Maybe 25 degrees? Oh, it's coming back in. 30 degrees? 30 degrees works. I'm not happy with that angle though. That is really steep. Oof. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this a slightly different way then. Because I have oh, that was a little loud. I have one other way I can do this, right? So for this bottom one here, right? I want it to come in from the other side this time, right? So what I'm gonna do is instead I'm gonna place like this. I can actually do it that way too, because I could just change that angle. Lol. I think. No, that just that does not do anything. Lol. I don't know what side that is on. Hey, I got it. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. And now, let me just place that there. Wait, that just... I don't even need the controller. God damn it. Ah, game. See, I don't even need to have it that far in either. I could just do it from there. That should be more than good enough. Yeah, I don't even need to do any... That makes it so much easier. I don't even need a controller. Did I place in the wrong... At least now I know how to do this bit without having to use yeah. Nope. That. There we go. Weld that to there. Delete that. Delete that. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier to make now. Okay. So this piece should be easier. Right? So instead of doing it with this and using those, which I do not like using, instead I'm going to use this little one here, which means that piece there. Nope. That piece there gets welded to that there. Then we can set this there to 15 degrees. Oh, not downwards. There we go. And that should be much, much cleaner. Yeah, that's already a lot cleaner. And then we'll just delete that because I don't need that version. Cool. But yeah, this should hopefully let us go upwards. Yeah, that is a lot cleaner than the other design. You have them offset by 1. Oh yeah, you already said it, yeah. Should you save it on a lift? It doesn't really matter. Once the knowledge is there, that's all I need. And then I would do another one of these to go down, but I just want to test to see if I can even go up. So, obviously this is going to be a little heavy for that without any supporting structures on the bottom, but it should be fine. Because you're the judge. Oh no. Can I place a piston on the side of that? I can. And then a block? Hell yeah. So this is again just temporary. Cool. And then I set this to like 6 or 5 and 5. And then we can connect this to a switch at the bottom here. And these are actually a little too long, so I am going to put this switch up here instead. Connect tool work, please. Thank you. Blink. And then we should be able to set 2 red and this one blue. Again, it's probably a little high, but it wasn't actually, surprisingly. Well, if it wasn't too high, then let me just do that. There we go. And this should hopefully be how you go up and down hills. And let me just I wanna see how far it can go. Cool. There we go. Hopefully that's stable. If not, then oh well. I'm not too chuffed about it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so for the tram to get it on, all you have to do is you just do a little pillar on the side, put it on a lift. Line it up, push it through. I said push it through. Huh. Yeah. Then we think, oh, this is not fixable. Remember, this is me we're talking about here. I'm not too worried. Fold when it comes off the lift. I could, yeah. Did this part break? That part did break. Huh. Well, that's kind of a problem. Kind of not really. Because all I have to do is take this off, take that off, put that on a lift, do that, take that, and won't let me weld it. Oh, it's because that side over there with the legs. Because I built them facing down and not in the opposite direction. So these I will have to rebuild. Well, so a full 16. Wonder if that's enough. Is a full 16 enough? It is not. Okay. And then I will take off 4. So I'll just do 20 in total. A nice number to remember. 20 should always be enough. Yeah, 20 is enough. I like how the one side just wags uncontrollably. That should be good. Alright, so now we add 20. See, that's 3. That is not enough. So we're just gonna go like that. Cool. And now this side should be easy. We just go all the way down. And obviously we have to replace the switch before I forget. There we go. Just to make it a tad more stable. Also, 1 second here. There we go. Can I stop pressing shift while trying to sprint with? Can I stop press tab? Oh my god! Can I stop pressing tab while running with sprint? Okay, so now to get this on. Okay. I'm just gonna do this the lazy way. Actually, neither of those ends are on the. I was gonna say neither of these ends are actually on the grid, so to speak. Oof. Well, okay. I'm gonna do it this way. Temporarily, of course. Like that. We're gonna take out that little bit there. Cool. And now I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna weld that to there. Now we're just gonna thread the rest of the way through. And then we're gonna remove that. Does this side have a... No, it does not. Okay. So then I'm gonna remove that and that. Oh, and that, apparently. There we go. There's always a way around something. You just gotta, you know, use your brain. There we go. And obviously I need to redo the controller. But yeah, as you can tell, even though we have, you know, it being multiplayer and someone else is messing around with missiles, and, you know, you have this with all these collisions and everything, it's not even lagging. So, again, why I want to keep this as simple as possible. I like how me just putting the one piece there made it want to rotate already. Okay, so we'll do this one in green, that one in red, put it on loop, make sure those are connected, and we should be on our way. So, any bets on how bad this does? Like, do you think this will even go up the hill? Any bets? Oh, it's stuck. It is most definitely stuck. What is it even stuck on? What? Did it, like, kind of fall off and just lose all of its traction? Because if I have to use a small wheel, I will. I don't mind using a small wheel. It does have better traction. That I definitely don't mind. But I'm thinking the issue here. Let me just turn it off. Wait, did it just level itself out after I turned it off? Okay, so the one solution I have is I'm going to take out my hammer, which this could backfire, but I don't care. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it. And if you're wondering, how the hell do you tighten it? Well, you break a block, you place a block. It is now tightened. But we're going to tighten it even more, because it's not even. So I'm going to break a block, place a block. Now you can probably tell that gap is substantially tighter. And we're going to do the same for this side. So we're going to break a block, place a block, and hammer tap. Okay. Break a block, place a block. And it is now tighter. Huh. It now has no traction. I don't get why it has no traction. What is it colliding on? It is colliding on something. There's no way that that has no traction. Give me a second here. It's probably something completely obvious. So I'm going to just... Is it colliding on the... It kind of looks like it's colliding on there, but it's not. Is it colliding on that? Because if that's the case, that is a simple fix. Because if this is the problem right here, there's a very, very simple solution. Which is a little harder when this is already attached, but and I can't do the whole thing, but I will do a good portion of it. Oh. Cool. So now I'm just going to take this and connect it this way. Cool. My OCD will kill me, but I'm not too chuffed about it. Whatever. There we go. So if that was truly colliding with it, then this should start moving. That was not what's colliding. Then what the hell is it colliding with? Because I don't see... Oh. Yeah. The way. So I did all that stuff for no reason. Lol. It's okay. I didn't even realize the bar, but this isn't survival, lol. So let's see if it goes up. Any bets? I designed it so it should be able to, without any issues for a 15 degree. Yeah, fucking works. So that means I didn't even need to tighten it either. You can turn it off when it gets near the top, by the way, if you want, but it should be able to go through all that. Yeah. I don't know. You can turn it off if you want. There you go. And it'll slowly slide down. But yeah, and a minimal amount of bearings too, because that's what? 12 bearings? For a cart? That can go around 30-degree corners and go up 15-degree hills. I would do higher hills, but I don't trust it. And if I wanted to do a few other tricks, mainly because we have blocks at 10 bearings? No, that's 12 bearings. Yeah. Because I counted 6 on the one, and it's mirrored, so I figured 12. Yeah. But yeah, so we have blocks that weigh different amounts. So if you notice, wood block 1 weighs 2, right? I'm spitting into my mic by accident. We have bubble wrap, right? And I believe bubble wrap is the lightest block in the game. Oh, we have cardboard, so we can build the whole thing out of cardboard if we wanted to. Because bubble wrap's a little bit, well, it's actually in the newer update, it's probably cheaper. But cardboard is literally just wood. So. Yeah, we'll probably just do cardboard. The only difference between cardboard and plastic is the buoyancy. Yeah, we'll probably just make the whole thing out of cardboard. And the main reason I want to do that is so it's lighter. Which means if we wanted to, we could probably go up a 30-degree angle. Little risky, but we can. But yeah, so this works. This design does actually work. And yeah, so this should be able to go up hills, go around corners, and if you really, really wanted to, you could have a system like this going between your base to the trading station to the trader, right? And the nice thing about this thing being suspended is as long as this height right here right, between the lowest part and the ground is 10 blocks or higher, the bots can't attack it. It has to be higher than 10 blocks off the ground, and the bots will not attack it. Hay bots won't attack it, greens won't attack it. The support pillars on the side, they will, but you're obviously not going to have just one. You're going to have these sectioned off, right? So imagine this is one section, right? Instead of having this go up and then curve back down at the top of the hill, we'll have a part that's already at the top of the hill that's already welded to the ground that's just going in the opposite direction. So we'll have like a length like this, and then we'll put another length on the opposite side, if that makes any sense. Right? So this will just be one section, then you do another one where it's welded to the ground like this, where you can connect it from both sides. So it's not actually welded to the whole thing, but it is connected, so the blocks would meet up on the ends. So yeah, in Scrap City, this would be really cool. But no, the main reason also this is a slow design. If you wanted to speed this up, all you would have to do is, you see where that bearing is with the block that's actually moving the whole thing, you know, that's rotating this. Just double bearing it. Just put 2 bearings on the same controller, and there you go. It's twice the speed. I wouldn't recommend going 3, but you can do double the speed, and it should have no issues at all. But yeah, that's, again, I already showed how to make these. I showed how to do pretty much the whole thing, so that should be really easily recreatable. And obviously, if you wanted to make the tram look nicer, you can, but I don't really think, well, other than having a bed on the bottom so you can get in and out, and then maybe a little trap door so you can jump out through the bottom instead of having to jump out through the top. Maybe that would be useful. And obviously adding a reverse, but I don't think it needs a reverse because you could just make a complete loop. But yeah. Okay, why is my mic having issues again? Can it not? It's actually kind of annoying because I know it spikes and it's really loud. And I don't know how RTX Voice handles it. And I know RTX Voice on the beta, since it's not properly supported by my graphics card, makes my voice go all roboty every once in a while, so I hope it hasn't done it during the stream, but if it has, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna end the stream, head to the washroom. If you guys ever want to build anything like this, go for it. Again, this is just a train system, because I know there's multiple different ways of doing train systems. There's either having it, you know, 1 or 2 blocks off the ground where you have connections like, you know, pretty much like rails. Obviously it'd be wider, probably be about 7 blocks wide, right? So you'd have a system more like, oh my lord, I cannot place blocks while standing up. So you'd have a system like this, right? Where you'd have these parts being flat, right? And you'd have rails going by, and you'd be able to do, you know, your carts going on those. But getting them to rotate and everything and doing angles and stuff, it's a little expensive. Again, why I went for this method, because to go around a corner, you need a single pipe bend. And then to go up, all you need is 2 signs. And to go down, again, 2 signs. So that's not too bad. But for something like this, to go around a corner, you need to use the, where are they? You have to use these. The warehouse ramps, which are expensive. And there are the smaller ones as well, which could be used. So let's just look up the word warehouse. Actually, no, I think these are... Yeah, so you can use those, and there's also different ones. I just gotta find them. Because a lot of people are complaining, saying there's no corners. But little did they know, there are actual corners in this game. It's not the corners we're used to. Not even close, sadly. And the way to place them is apparently a pain in the tush. But Does it not? Oh my god, you actually have to place it like... That is so dumb. But yeah, you'd have to do something like that, right? To do a rail. Which is dumb, and I hate that. But... Okay, actually placing it isn't that bad. I thought placing it was worse. Yeah, so placing it's not that bad, but these are... Oof. I don't even know how many there are in the world, and I don't think they're craftable, so making rails out of those, not practical. And the other one you have to go on top of the warehouse to get, and these are a little wide. So using using those for rails is oof. Might as well just use them as an indent in the middle kind of thing, just to keep the train in line. But otherwise, the only other way I can think of is to do what I mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, which is what I said I was originally going to do, but it's too lazy. Would be do a line follower, because then you can have flat terrain like this, right? And then you just paint, and paint, especially in the newer update, is stupidly cheap. So, and then you just have to do color sensors and do a very simple line follower that way, and you can just have that going around your city. And if you're really, well, I was going to say, if you're really worried about it, you can also have it suspended. So you can have the road actually being up here. So all you do is you'd have a little thing like this, right? I'm showing this now just so I don't forget about it later, but all I'd have to do, right, is have this, right, and have a line in the middle of that painted, and then have a sensor that's following that, trying to keep in the middle of that. So when I go around a corner and stuff, all I'd have to do is go like that, right? It's and then I just draw the line on there with paint, and there you go. And you don't really have to worry about height too much because sensors can go to a decent distance. So even going up a hill, it doesn't even have to be, a slope, which means it doesn't even require any bearings at all. The only problem is your vehicle now has to drive on the ground with the line follower pointing up, which is, again, what I was going to do originally, which would be a lot cheaper than this. I just don't think it looks as cool. It's a lot more leg friendly. And this whole thing is protected from the bots because it's more than 10 blocks up. But I kind of like having the tram system. So, yeah. Did you turn it on, then jump off? Goof. Oh boy. Is it going to fall off, or is it now it's going to get stuck? But you could build something like that. But see, the problem with that, though, is just having it look for blocks means when you have a part connecting it, right, you're going to have to use suspension and stuff, which means it's going to be a little bit more leggy. And also doing it this way means you can have sensors that aren't looking for paint that will be looking for this. Like, what I would do is I'd have it so if it doesn't sense anything up above it, right, then it just stops or tries going backwards. And then the other two sensors would be keeping it in line. That would be colored sensors. So it makes it a little bit more reliable in a sense. Because that's how I did my train one. I did so if it looked for paint, it would follow the line. And if it didn't see a block at all, then it would back up or slow down. And if it detected that it was a corner, right, then it would just slow down instead of, going at a slower speed in general. But, yeah. That's, again, why I prefer the paint method, but you're right, you don't need it. You could just draw a line, but I don't know. I still prefer the suspended one better. But, yeah. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, hit that like button. If you disliked it, why are you still watching? There's so many YouTubers that do this kind of stuff better. Oh, and just before I forget, this little thing, again, I will be building in survival. It is very, very basic. And as you can see, it does stay stable. Not the most stable thing in the world, but it works. And since it only uses one thruster for up and one for forward, it doesn't actually use too much fuel. The only problem is, you would have to put your fuel crates and stuff on there in a bed, but that's pretty much it. No glitch welding, no nothing, just a very simple survival one. But yeah, I will be back. Also, the best, don't tinker with that. Don't break it. I haven't saved it yet, but you can play with it. Just don't break it. So just don't add or remove blocks, but you can still fly it around if you want. The other one over there is literally just a tank. A very, very simple tank for warehouse raids. And it should be able to last or should be able to survive a shot from a red bot. So, yeah, but I'll be back. As I said, if you guys liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked, why are you still watching? There's so many YouTubers that could do this kind of stuff better. I know this was a little bit of a short stream, but yeah. See you guys next time. Bye. Oh, and if you have any ideas, either put it in the comments or put it in the Discord in the description down below. See you guys.